Hi! So this video has been a year in the making, which is crazy. I started this video journal situation a year ago with the intent of eventually posting it and, helping other people who might be on Wegovy or have PCOS and are on Wegovy and just my experience with it. I am going to do a dedicated, full, what I've learned in a year, everything. But for now, I'm going to start posting my video diaries. I know that these are going to be long. Hopefully, as we go on, there's less updates, so they'll get a little bit shorter. But this is what my year has looked like. You'll hear me in this video say that it was my birthday, and my birthday was last weekend. So it's officially been a year, a whole year, 2 birthdays on Wegovy, and I've lost more than 70 pounds now. 72 pounds. So that's crazy. 72 pounds in a year is more than I could have ever hoped for. And yeah, so I talk a lot about side effects, especially the first 2 months, because that's when it was rough for me. And just my experience with weight loss and some hard times that I went through. I had a couple of plateaus, and I talk a little bit about what I did with my diet and exercise and things like that. And you can just see, I think you can just see how much I've changed. I've come out of my shell a lot more. I'm less reserved. I'm still not at my goal weight yet, but I am at the point where I'm feeling so much more confident in my skin, in my own skin. And I feel like you can just tell. You can just see, when I first start talking, you can just tell that I'm just insecure and I have a lot going on mentally. And it was a hard time. It was a hard time a year ago. So that's what this is. 1 year on Wegovy. This is the first, I think, 3 or 4 months. I will correct myself if I'm wrong, but it's finally ready. It's finally ready to go up. So I just wanted to do a little bit of an introduction to me and who I am. And you can see what I look like now. And, just the 70-pound loss that has happened, which is crazy. So without further ado, here is the first few months of me on Wegovy and everything that I went through in video journal format. Also, actually, before we start, I didn't have a tripod yet. I didn't have any sort of filming equipment. A lot of it is filmed vertically, and I know that's really annoying for YouTube, so I'm sorry. Just, bear with me through that. It does look very unprofessional, but that's what it is. It's just I'm not a professional. I just filmed myself, did a video diary, and now it is up for the world to see. So that's crazy. Part 2 hopefully will be in a few weeks after this, maybe even sooner. These clips do take a while to edit because I didn't give myself a lot of dates and times, so I have to try and organize exactly when and where I filmed the updates. And also, I am still filming updates. I'm still doing a video journal right now, so those will also go up once this one's completed. So, thank you for watching. I hope that if you have any questions about semaglutide, Wegovy, Ozempic, whatever, PCOS, I hope that this is able to help you and get you, or at least make you feel like you're not alone if you're on the same journey. And that is all. Okay, it is Saturday the 13th of April, and I just did my first dose of Wegovy. I am sick, and I was gonna wait until I'm not sick anymore, but I decided if I'm gonna have bad side effects, I'd rather just get it over with. So I'm about to have some coffee and then drink a bunch of water because I hear that helps with any side effects that you might get. Yeah, so this is me 1 minute after Wegovy. Also, I did it on an empty stomach, and I haven't had anything today except coffee, so. Also, the past 2 days, I haven't been able to get 10,000 steps because I've been so sick. Today, being that it's day 1, I'm going to do 10,000. I haven't been wearing my watch all morning because I took it off last night. But, I'm sure I've already had 1,000-ish. I've been pretty lazy, as people do when they're sick. So, God, this is probably not the best way to start this, is it? Because I look really good. Maybe the next time you see me, I'll look better. But anyways, it's been an hour and I'm not experiencing any side effects at all. So I don't know when they're supposed to hit. Some people say the next day. Some people say immediately after injection. I feel nothing, but I also already feel like shit. So there's that. That's kind of part of why I decided to do it. Is because, like, if I'm gonna be sick on the Wegovy, I might as well do it now. Like, already sick and just get it over with, right? That's my spiel. If I don't have any side effects, then I think I'll replicate what I did today, which is empty stomach in the morning. I'm about to make some chicken noodle soup at 10 a.m. Yes. So that'll be like my meal. I do OMAD, which is 1 meal a day fasting. And I don't really count it as like a true fast because I do put milk in my coffee. I use almond milk, unsweetened and everything, but usually it's also homemade almond milk. I just haven't had the time, so I bought a carton. So it's not a true fast because there is something that could have spiked my blood sugar. Also, I haven't taken my metformin yet. My provider said that I can take metformin at the same time, and if I get like really bad GI upset, then I would stop the metformin, or at least go down. I'm on 2,000 milligrams right now, and I've been on that dose only for like 2 weeks. I was on 1,000, so, but my body's used to it. I didn't really have that much issues when I raised the dose, so that's good. I've gotten 10,000 steps a day for 2 months, and then I got sick. So I do strength training, I do a hike once a week, and I try to do cardio twice a week. Anyways, I'm also writing down. I've kept a journal of like everything for starting Wegovy. I have another notebook from like prior to starting Wegovy of all the calories that I consume and exercise and whatever. But I decided to start a new one while I'm on Wegovy because I have a problem with buying stationery, and this was an excuse. I am feeling better than I felt yesterday. I got the medication yesterday and didn't take it. 40% out of fear, just like nervousness. I'm not scared of needles, but I've never like shot myself up. So I was gonna have my boyfriend do it, but he's actually terrified of needles, so I didn't make him. Glad I waited because I felt like garbage all night long, and then woke up this morning feeling pretty bad, but it's kind of passed since I've been, you know, moving around a little bit. So that's part of why I'm gonna still do my 10,000 steps. I'm not going out. We're having thunderstorms and lightning right now, but I do like walk around the house just repeatedly, like in circles, and that still counts. If you don't have a walking pad or you can't get out, it still counts. You could even walk in place, like in front of the TV. I do that sometimes in my bedroom at night. Just to, like, if I'm at like 9,000, I'm almost there, I'll do that. And then I'll also usually do like a cardio workout if I'm really behind on steps. Which today, it's 10 a.m. and I got 0 on my watch, so I want to hit 10,000 regardless of how many steps that I've taken, or, you know, without the watch. If your Fitbit didn't track it, does it count? Kind of all over the place, I'm sorry. I'm sick and I have ADHD, and those are not the best combinations. The update, that's the first entry in my video diary. I'm also keeping a written one for consistency reasons. And I'm keeping one on my notes app too, so that I can send it to my doctor. Just copy and paste, you know, if I need to. And I've already decided if the nausea gets too bad, I'm going to email her and ask for Zofran, because I have taken that in the past and it works really well for me. It's an anti-nausea drug, for those who don't know. Because when I get nauseous, I tend to panic. I don't have a fear of vomit, but I do have a fear of vomiting. Like, when we're at a party and my friends are puking, I'm the first person to help them. But when I'm puking, it's like the end of the world and I get panic attacks. So I don't know what that would be called. Or like seeing people vomit on a TV show also kind of throws me off, but like in real life, no. I used to be CNA, maybe that's why. But even before that, we would party and I would be the party mom, you know. God, I look so bad. The next time you see me, I promise you I will not look this bad. I'm gonna go do my dishes and then I'm going to make some soup. I'm not hungry, but I am still having like food noise, which I always have. And I've learned to ignore pretty well. When I'm sick, I have a harder time. But I'm not one of those people that just can't eat when they get sick. I usually will break my OMAD and eat 3 meals because, I don't know, I have, like, conditioned myself to think that food equals, like, health. And I always eat more when I'm sick or, like, on my period or something. Or, like, in pain. So I don't know how to break that one. I should probably talk to my therapist about it. I have not eaten today, though, and I'm about to drink some water. I'm going to do an electrolyte powder. I have some liquid IV, so I think that's what I'm going to go for. Usually I do half a packet of that because I think it's gross. Somebody said that electrolytes really help with the nausea, and I'm just terrified of nausea. I don't care about diarrhea. Like, I will poop all day long, but I do care about vomiting, so I'm scared a little bit. But I'm not feeling like anything right now. I was more nauseous last night before I took it, you know? Because I'm just so sick that sometimes I panic a little bit. Maybe that's why I hate it. When I used to get panic attacks all the time, like in high school and stuff, even younger than high school, elementary school, the first sign that I was gonna get a hardcore, like, panic attack is nausea for me. Now I can recognize that, and I know, like, the difference between sick nausea and panic attack nausea. But I think maybe, like, my brain and my body don't get the difference. And so anytime that I'm nauseous for a genuine reason, I will panic. Pregnancy was really fun for that. Luckily, I only threw up twice my whole pregnancy, but that was, like, out of sheer willpower to not let it come out of my body. I'm one of those people that will sit there and be in pain and, like, suffer and not throw up. Like, I will will it not to come out. And that's why I only threw up twice during my pregnancy. I was nauseous all the time, but I only threw up twice. And one of those times was when I was a CNA and I was changing a catheter bag. And it was a stale catheter bag. It needed to be changed to the last shift, and that didn't happen. And it made me vomit when I was pregnant. And then the second time was... I can't even remember. I do remember puking at work, though, because, like, who would forget? I'm trying to remember the second time I threw up when I was pregnant. It was here in this house before we moved into it. Fun fact. I threw up here before I even lived here. I'm rambling. This is the ADHD I was telling you about. I need to go take my Wellbutrin so that I can zen a little bit. It does tend to help me a little with the ADHD. But I'm also, like, trying to load my dishwasher while I'm talking, so... I just want it to be, like, on the record. I want everything that's happening to me to be on the record. I'm not telling a lot of people that I've started this medication just because there is a bit of a stigma. I'm telling my best friend. Obviously, my boyfriend's aware. I have not told anybody else, so. Which is, like, I could get into that, why I'm not telling certain people. But, like, that's the drama that I don't need to be putting out into the world. Like, nobody needs to know that. I'm just keeping it private until I've lost my weight that I want to lose. And it's not like I'm just taking it and not, like, being active and, like, being calorie smart. I'm always active and I'm always calorie smart. And I cannot lose weight because of my PCOS. Or I'll lose, like, 5 pounds. And then, like, something will happen, like my period. And I'll completely gain that 5 pounds back. And it's just, like, I'm doing a great job maintaining while hitting 10,000 steps, while working out, while eating a 90% plant-based diet, and while counting calories and making sure I don't ever go over 1,200, regardless of the amount that I've worked out. And that's how I got my insurance to approve it. I wrote a letter, basically, and gave it to my doctor, and I said, I'll provide you with the Fitbit receipts, And I'll give you like my food diaries. I'll give you all of that. If you want me to like weigh everything and take pictures of it, because I already weigh my calories, I don't just go by the packaging, because oftentimes you'd be shocked how wrong packaging is. I count everything that I eat. I count oil. I count like everything that goes into my body. I count, and I haven't been able to successfully lose weight since I gave birth. I did lose my baby weight that I gained, but other than that, no, nothing. So that's how my insurance was able to approve it. My doctor wrote them a letter with the prior authorization that they needed, and they approved it. So I'm hoping that it makes a difference. My problem isn't overeating though, and I know that Wegovy just like helps with a couple of things, but the main thing is overeating, which I already don't do. So but I've read like people will eat like 300 calories on it, which can't be good, right? But and that's why you lose weight, is because you're just not hungry. And I do, like I said, I get the food noise. I get like the constant, what's my one meal gonna be today? Like I'll be thinking about it at night before bed. And I plan my meals out like weeks in advance. I plan for the whole month usually. And it's 90% healthy. There's usually like 2 meals out of the month that I will eat, like cheese. Sometimes meat, but not often, especially anymore. I don't know. I just don't, it's not, like, I just don't like it. That's really that. Why I think, because they tried Topamax first. That didn't work for me at all. It was still the same, like 5 pounds that I've been gaining and losing. And I tried that for 6 months, and it didn't do anything for me. So, that's why we decided to try Wegovy. I was against it at first because I've heard a lot about the mental health side effects. And my mental health is garbage, probably because of my PCOS. That has a lot to do with depression and anxiety. Yeah, so I'm a little bit worried about that, because it's not like you can just, quit taking it. You have to let it come out of your body. On Wellbutrin, like I said, I'm hoping that will help if there is any anxiety, depression, particularly depression. I could deal with anxiety. Like I said, I used to get panic attacks nightly. Now it's like every couple months maybe. And that's on Wellbutrin, which is not an anti-anxiety medication. It tends to actually make anxiety worse. But I'm doing just fine. So I'll deal with panic attacks all day long. I don't want to deal with depression though. So I will maybe try a different antidepressant before I completely quit the Wegovy, especially if I'm seeing results. But that's my main concern, is the vomiting and the depression. So there's that. I think that's the end of my spiel. If I think of anything else, I will say it, obviously. But for now, I'm just gonna clean my kitchen and get stuff done, try to feel better. I'm gonna drink a lot more water. I'm gonna have a liquid IV, and I'm gonna take my metformin. So if I start dying after I take my metformin, I will update this. So see you next time. Hi, this is the 1 p.m. update, 1:30. It's been, I don't know, I took it at 9, so however many hours that is. I did eat some soup, but that's all I've had today. I'm still having food noise though, but like I said, I can manage it. I'm about to have some tea. One of my ears popped, so I just need the other one to pop. And I have not exercised yet because I just feel like shit, but I'm going to, I swear. Also, no side effects yet. Okay, I deleted the audio off of this video, but this is still day 1. I had just gotten the call to go and pick up our dog from, like, animal control to adopt him, and that's all this is, so it's not important, but it is a good clip that shows, like, a good before of my body, and you can just see, like, how much extra weight I was carrying, which is a little crazy because I didn't think that I was as big as I was, but you can really, really tell in this clip, so I kept it in as, like, a before video, because I didn't take before pictures on the first day. I only took pictures like after I'd already lost a little bit of weight. So this is day 1, and this is what I looked like on day 1. Do you remember how I said I would look better the next time that I did an update? She lied. I am here to give my almost 2-week update on the Wegovy. Essentially, I've lost weight. I lost 9 pounds in 2 weeks. It's more than I was expecting because I read that the first dose, you're not going to lose any weight because it's just getting your body used to it. That being said, the first shot, I didn't have any side effects until day 3 or 4. I had really, really bad nausea. Day 3, I was able to like not vomit. As I mentioned, I will fight it until I can't anymore. Day 4, it started happening again at night. And I did hurl my guts up to the point that I broke blood vessels all over my face from like the intensity that I was puking. I will insert a photo of that. It was really, really bad. I emailed my doctor that night before I even puked because it was 2 days in a row of like intense nausea that I cannot handle. And she sent in a prescription for some Zofran, but she only gave me a prescription for 8 of them. And I'm down to like my last 3 already. So I had to take 2 last night because it just wouldn't go away. I bought ginger tea. I have been using like mint aromatherapy. That kind of helps. I did still vomit, you know, that being said. The fatigue. So I took the last one I took at 9 a.m. That's when I last spoke to you. And then the most recent one I didn't take until later in the day because I was busy that morning and I didn't want to like have really bad side effects while I was driving because it was a 4-hour excursion that I was on. And I took it when I got home. Still getting nausea, but not nearly as bad. But also I've been taking the Zofran anytime like I get a little bit nauseous. The fatigue has been real though. I am on my period, so it could be that. But I usually am able to stay awake on my period, and I was not able to for the last 2 days. I fell asleep. So, and like for 3-4 hour long naps. Like, also, because of the illness that I've been experiencing and the fatigue, my step count has gone down. I'm still exercising, but instead of 10,000 steps a day, I'm getting more like 7 to, on the lowest days, 5,000. So I'm still working really hard to get to 10. I could have, so there's no real excuse. I could have still done it, but I was puking and I just simply, you know, the next day after I was vomiting, I still felt really sick. So I chose to take that day easy and not work out. I'm going for walks. We did get a dog, so I've been taking him out every single day, obviously. And the weather has been getting hot, and I don't know if it's the PCOS, but I don't tolerate heat very well. I will faint, like, and vomit. I did have a party for my birthday, which is today. I had a party last week. I drank and I ate. And then the next day I noticed like I was feeling hungrier than normal, but I think it's because that was the last day on the Wegovy before the next shot, and maybe it had like left my system. I didn't experience any problems like with it reacting with alcohol. Some people say that it makes them really sick. I didn't take my metformin that day either. I never do if I'm gonna drink. So I don't know. And I'm not planning on drinking again for like months. Not that we do it often anyway, but you know, I just don't want to at all right now. I'm trying to be exceptionally like perfect on my diet. I have decided to stop doing 1 meal a day intermittent fasting because I cannot fit 1,000 calories into 1 meal anymore. I can't eat that much in one sitting. And I feel like I'm getting a extremely low amount of calories on certain days. I'm still counting, so I know what I'm getting. I'm not going to give you the number because I was an eating disorder girly who watched videos like this to figure out how many calories I should eat, and I'm not going to, you know, let somebody else go through that. But it's a very low amount that I've been like regularly consuming. So that's probably why I've lost 9 pounds. And I know a lot of it's probably water weight, and I know that you lose it quicker the bigger that you are. So I need to take some before photos. Like, I still haven't done that. I have, like, pictures, but I don't have any, like, that I took on purpose. Anyways, I'm trying to think of, like, anything else that needs to be said, because this is already getting kind of long, and I want this video not to be, 2 hours long, or have to, like, put it in parts or something. Oh, yes, the 1 meal a day. So I'm eating smaller meals throughout the day. I'm about to have 2 eggs. Usually I don't eat lunch because I'm still full from breakfast, and that's just, I think, the Wegovy. And then I'll eat dinner, which tonight is going to be salmon, quinoa, and broccoli. So all good things. My diet really hasn't changed. Like, the food that I eat really hasn't changed. I am being more strict with, like, going out with friends and, having like a morning coffee from Starbucks. Like, I've been strict, it's just hasn't been working until now. And I think the reason that it's working for me this quickly, like on my first 2 doses, is that the real reason I wasn't losing weight was because of my insulin resistance. And the metformin I wasn't really having any success with. The Topamax I wasn't really having any success with. And I was getting more activity when I was using metformin and Topamax, and it didn't do anything. So I think it's truly a PCOS problem and not a me problem. Is like super gratifying because you see all those posts on Reddit like, well, I'm eating 1,000 calories a day and I can't lose weight, and people just say, well, you're not counting right. I've been weighing everything for like 4 years, so I'm counting right. And it just is so, like, devastating to see that type of, like, response. I'm not gonna cry. It's just so, like, emotional. It's making me so emotional that, like, it's finally, like, something's finally working, and that's fucking crazy. Because I've tried everything, except for, I guess, the one that, like, gives you heart attacks, which I told her I don't want to be on. So, God. Anyway, I'm gonna go make my breakfast. I'm not okay. But I'm getting somewhere finally. It's my birthday today. I'm 26. This time next year, I'm going to be at my goal. And that's crazy. That's wild. I remember telling one of my friends, like, I'm doing Weight Watchers because I don't want to be fat in my 20s. And that was, like, when I turned 20. So I guess I won't be fat for my late 20s, which is a disgusting thing to say out loud, but it's true. Anyway, I have to go be a mom now and make my food, like I've said. I'm just not, I don't know, I might not even really eat it. I just need a little bit more sustenance. Next payday, I will be doing more, like, smoothies, juices, and, like, protein bars. And I also ordered vegan protein shakes that I'm going to just put in my coffee instead of the cream that I've been using. Don't think there's anything else to add. If there is, I'll add it now. But otherwise, I will come back probably in another 2 weeks, or when I start the next dose, which is in 2 weeks. So 3 weeks. I have 2 more left in the box. So after those 2 are done, I'll come back with another update, and hopefully I'm like another 10 pounds down. Okay, so I'm almost on the 3rd dose. I'm still at the same weight, I think, that I was last time, 192. And we've decided to keep the dose the same because of how much it's making me puke. That being said, I just took a bite of my daughter's mac and cheese. It's the Amy's, right? Amy's brand. And I almost just puked. And it's giving pregnancy. So I'm gonna go take a test right now. God, I'm puking, like, thinking about it. I don't know if it's the Wegovy or not. But this is very similar, like, morning sickness. It feels the same. And my doctor was like, you sure you're not pregnant? When I was, like, explaining to her how bad it is. And, like, yeah, I'm pretty sure. The last time I threw up was when I was on my period. But I'm going to go ahead and take a test just in case. And then I'll finish, like, this little update. Okay, so that was so undeniably negative. So I don't know what's going on. I'm still not feeling great. So I'm going to actually sit down for a minute because I've been up doing stuff all morning, and maybe that's the problem. And drink some water drink some electrolytes. I have one Zofran left I need to go pick up. I got a refill. I need to go pick up. She gave me more this time because I was like, she only gave me 8 before. And like, I've made it last, but also I should be taking it more, I think, just because of how sick that I feel. But anyway, I'm going to do that before I go tonight. I've got stuff I have to go do. And then tomorrow I take my next dose of Wegovy. So I need the Zofran. But anyway, we decided to stay on this dose for another month because of the nausea and what it's like, how bad it's already causing me to puke. Apparently this is rare. With other people in their first dose, they don't feel so sick. So I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm also taking metformin with it. And I did just take my metformin a little bit ago, and now I'm feeling super nauseous. So that's interesting. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. The fact that I have not really lost any weight this week is a little bit discouraging. But as I've said, my activity level has kind of plummeted, and it's just now getting to a point where I can like get back into being active. I was gonna work out today, but now I'm like, I'll probably just do my steps and do a walk because I'm just ill, and I don't like the way that I'm feeling, but I do like the results that I'm seeing. I knew it would probably slow down a little bit, and it has. So anyway, I'll do my dose tomorrow and then come back at the end of the week. I'm going to be doing this for another 4 weeks, same dose, and then I'm going to go up to the 0.5, regardless of how I'm feeling, I think. So I'll just keep taking Zofran when needed. I don't work really. My daughter goes to school twice a week. I go with her, but I can always like have my dad take her, or we can miss that week. It's not that big of a deal. Preschool. Okay, the update is now I feel very, very, very nauseous, and I'm going to make some tea. I think I found a correlation to the metformin, because I took that today after I haven't taken it for a couple days, not going to lie. And I am so sick now. And I'm out of Zofran. I thought I had another one, but I don't. So I'm going to make some ginger tea. My fiance is going to bring me my refill of Zofran in about an hour. Hopefully I can make it through that. I put on some peppermint oil already. I have straight up ginger too that I might juice and like put in like a, I don't know, make it into like a pineapple ginger juice or something. I don't know. I am ill, that is all. And I'm literally getting low on spearmint and ginger tea because I've been taking so much of both. So I'm gonna have to re-up on that. I tried eating because I thought maybe it's because I haven't eaten yet today. So I made a sandwich with like cucumbers and cream cheese, and that was it. Just that, like a really light sandwich. And I am still feeling incredibly ill. So I don't know. I am just, here's some mint gum. I'll try that. I have literally all the stuff that I've, like, purchased for nausea, and it's just, I just don't feel good. So, I went and looked for my other one Zofran that I had left, and I don't have it anymore, so I'm just literally gonna sit here and wait. And that's, like, another thing. If I move, it gets worse. And I'm tired of, like, not being able to be as active as normal. So I want like to get my steps in. Also, I want to clean my house and I can't. Good morning. It is week 4 today. Officially, it's Saturday. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do my shot now or wait until nighttime because my doctor was saying that maybe taking it at night would help with the nausea instead of in the morning. Although I don't really see how that would help because the nausea doesn't happen for like 4 days after I do the shot. And it's always after I take my medication. But anyway, I'm about to check my weight. I'll let you know. Okay, so somehow since yesterday I've gained 2 pounds, but I drove a friend to the airport very late, and we stopped at a diner, and I did have like a pretty high sodium meal. I didn't eat all of it, but I'm guessing that that's water retention. I'm trying to think when my period's supposed to start, because that also might have something to do with it. Anyway, So I'm at 194.8, and yesterday I was at 191.8. So I don't know. It's probably water retention. I'm going to do a workout today and drink a bunch more water. I also have a UTI, so that's fun. But anyway, I'm trying to decide if I want to take the medicine at night or not. And I don't know. I just would rather kind of like do it right now. I haven't eaten yet. I'm going to do it on a full stomach this time. I think that might make a difference. So I think I'm going to do like a breakfast bowl. I thought I bought sweet potatoes. Okay, I guess I don't have sweet potatoes, so I don't know. I can either do it like right now, because I take it at 9 and it's 9:06, or I can try to take it at night like she said. So I don't know. It's like, why is it like a hard decision to make? I don't know like if the nausea is going to be any different, you know, because no matter what, when I take my metformin, I get nauseous. And I don't think that taking anything at night, like the metformin I have to take in the morning and at night, and it's kind of hit or miss which one of those makes me nauseous. Sometimes it's one, sometimes it's both. So I don't know. Fuck, I'm going to eat breakfast and just take it after breakfast, because I don't think that it's going to make a difference in the nausea. Okay, let's talk about some side effects while I make lunch. I'm pretty sure today's the 7th of May. I could be wrong. Same weight, so I feel like I've kind of hit a plateau. But I'm going to make some lunch and talk about the weird side effect that I'm having right now. Okay, so the side effect that I'm currently experiencing like a lot of is just gagging. I'm not nauseous, I'm just gagging. I'm not throwing up, I'm just gagging. Now, this happened when I was pregnant, and so I've taken a pregnancy test a day, basically, to try and like, because it feels like pregnancy. It really does. Doctor asked me, like, could I be pregnant yesterday, and I said no, and he was like, how would you know that? And I was like, because I take tests, like, every single day. So, if I'm pregnant, it is too soon to know. Technically, I just ovulated yesterday. Plus, I have PCOS, so you never really know with that type of stuff. I tried to Google it. I tried to look on Reddit, and not a lot of like people are experiencing just random gagging. So I'm guessing it's just me. I am sitting on the couch like gagging, like about to start throwing up just from gagging. I have my peppermint oil. I have my ginger tea. And I finally decided, okay, well, let's just take a Zofran and see if that helps. And I just took it, so I don't know. It's probably too soon to tell if it's really helping. But yeah, so the weird gagging that won't stop. I'm on the 4th shot, and I'm really worried about when the dose goes up, because I've not been having a great experience. I don't know. I want to stay on it because I'm finally seeing results. For the first time since like I started dieting at like age 14. So that's the tea. Anyway, just thought I would document that here. Hopefully it goes away. That would be the best news if it did. Also, the other thing that I'm experiencing that I was able to find a little bit of people have the same problem is post-nasal drip. I'm pretty convinced that I just have a sinus infection. But when I was looking up the gagging, I came across a post about post-nasal drip. And a lot of the comments were like, yeah, Wegovy from the first dose on caused me to have that. And like I just took Flonase and it went away. I've been on Flonase for like 3 weeks now. So I guess a little bit after I started the Wegovy. And I still have like pretty bad post-nasal drip. And I'm waking up with like a sore throat every day because it's going down my throat all night long. So that's, that. Yesterday was the first day since I started, pretty much. Not the first day, but one of the first days that I've been able to actually get 10,000 steps due to the nausea and the fatigue. So that's really like a downside because I like my walks, I like exercise, and I'm not really able to do it. So that's interesting. Hopefully that goes away too. I don't want to rely on Zofran. I just don't want to have another prescription. However, that being said, I feel like a lot better right now and I'm not gagging. So, and I will actually be able to probably eat a little bit of lunch. So that's why I did my peppermint oil first and Then I did the ginger tea. The other thing is when I blow my nose, I feel like I taste bile, like in my mouth. I don't know if that's normal. I don't know. I just don't know. I make my salad. Doing kind of a meal prep salad so that I have one for tomorrow too. But anyway, it appears the Zofran is helping with the random gagging. So I don't know. I don't know what's causing it. Because I thought it was the metformin that might be causing it. But I told myself today I'll wait to take it just to see, and it still happened. So I don't know, maybe activity is causing it because I've been up and on my feet all day long. So that could be what's causing it. It could be anything. Yesterday I did my workout in the morning. I woke up at 5, did my workout, and got really nauseous during it, and I made ginger tea like while I was working out. I like ran into the kitchen, turned on the tea kettle, ran back out. All I know is I hope it gets better, really. It is better. I haven't been vomiting, and I did super vomit the first 2 weeks that I was on the medication. I am glad that we decided to increase the dose for another month. Or not to increase the dose for another month. I mean, I'm ready for a super high dose of this stuff. It's very, like, it gets you. But that being said, I have been reading, like, some people have 0 side effects at all. I also read, like, some people get really, really bad, debilitating, like, mental health problems when they get on Wegovy. I'm not experiencing that. I was already on Wellbutrin, which is an antidepressant, before I got on Wegovy, so that could be why. I'm also experiencing a lot of abdominal cramping, which again, I'm not pregnant. I don't know really what's going on. It could be the UTI that I have right now. So who knows? The doctor still hasn't called me to tell me if I have a UTI or not, so I'm just like sitting here dealing with it. Anyways, I'm gonna go make the dressing for the salad and give some to my little baby, and come back if I, honestly, it kind of sucks that the Zofran works so well because I feel great now, so.